In October 2025, Muslims and Christians held a joint prayer service inside the chapel of Our Lady at Lourdes. This August, the SSPX was told it couldn't pray there publicly at all. That contrast is exactly what the SSPX itself pointed to in a news statement, and it raises an uncomfortable question about what's actually being restricted at one of Catholicism's holiest shrines, and why. Let's walk through what happened. On August 13th, Bishop Jean-Marc Micas of Tarbes and Lourdes withdrew the SSPX's permission to celebrate Mass, administer sacraments, or hold public prayers at the Lourdes sanctuary. This followed the Vatican's canonical action after the SSPX consecrated 4 bishops at Icone, Switzerland, on July 1st, without a papal mandate. Bishop Micas was careful to clarify one thing. SSPX priests and faithful can still enter the shrine and pray privately at the Grotto. What's banned specifically is organized public worship. On August 22nd, Father Gonzag Pignat, superior of the SSPX's French district, responded. He said the society accepted the local bishop's authority, but expressed what he called sorrow and incomprehension over the decision. So, why did the SSPX bring up Muslims specifically? Because in October 2025, Lourdes had hosted a 4-day pilgrimage bringing Christians and Muslims together, complete with a prayer service, a mass, a torchlight procession, prayer at the Grotto, and interreligious meetings, some of it welcomed even inside the chapel of Our Lady itself. The SSPX statement asked pointedly how people who don't recognize Mary's divine motherhood, her Immaculate Conception, or the divinity of Christ himself were welcomed at the shrine, while SSPX faithful, who profess all of that, are now barred from praying publicly there. But then, the SSPX pivoted from grievance to something more defiant in tone. They wrote, "While the doors of the sanctuary remain closed to public pilgrimage, the door to the heart of the Mother of God never closes to her children." They also insisted they weren't just defending a liturgical preference. They cited a November 2025 letter from their former Superior General, Father Davide Pagliarani, describing their mission not as preserving a museum of antiquities, but as passing on what he called the integral, fruitful tradition, the source of spiritual life. That's the real tension in this story. Bishop Micas himself acknowledged the pain of his decision, describing the divisions within the church as the tearing of Christ's tunic. But the SSPX's comparison lands hard precisely because it's specific, not a vague complaint about unfairness, but a direct contrast between one welcomed pilgrimage and one now restricted, at the very same shrine, within the same year. Whatever your view on the SSPX's canonical status, this story raises a real question about what gets welcomed at Catholic shrines today, and what doesn't. Do you think the SSPX has a fair point about the double standard at Lourdes? Tell me what you think in the comments, and subscribe for more coverage as this story develops.